Hello everyone, Jack from ReconcileIQ here, presenting to you today CodeIQ, which is launched today. So I'm really going to quickly show you how exactly you get started. There's a link in the description, just follow what I do on the screen. You get started straight away, no credit card needed. And I'm going to walk you through a bookkeeping task as well, a moderate size, about 400 transactions, uploading a few invoices as well. And just basically the full flow of CodeIQ so you can get started as quickly as possible. So what is CodeIQ? It's an intelligent bookkeeper that codes and posts transactions directly to QuickBooks, Xero, Sage and Pandle. You can manage 10 bookkeeping tasks at the same time, each done in about 2 minutes with 95% plus accuracy across our beta testing team. So it's the team is incredibly proud of this and I can't wait to show you it. So click the link in the description, start automating. Yeah, like I said, you only need your email address and a password. And create an account. And then you can just log in. Got it there. Righto, sign in. And you're in. So this is a quick brief animation trying to give you an idea of what you're about to see with CodeIQ, and then you should see a terms and conditions modal. Why is there a terms and conditions modal? Well, that's because of the pattern sharing and collective intelligence. CodeIQ is a software that gets smarter the more people use it. What happens is when it sees a pattern that one user has established that it hasn't seen before, it will record it in the universal patterns cache for other users to use in their chart of accounts. How it does this, it anonymizes the data and federates it, so it strips it of all the personal identification, and then it adds it to the cache. You have to consent. If you don't want to consent, just leave this unchecked, okay? It's absolutely fine. You don't have to consent to anonymous pattern sharing. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to click the button and click accept. Okie doke. And here we are, this is the command center, your multi-session dashboard. This is where you manage all your sessions. You see these here, these are your authentication buttons. We're doing a Sage task today. So I'll show you the Sage count. There's a few transactions on there already. And this is going to help us with the historical pattern learning. So what CodeIQ will do is, it will pull the chart of accounts from the Sage. It will analyze the general ledger for patterns, i.e. reverse engineered bank rules, all the bank rules that would have had to have existed in order for all of the bookkeeping on Sage to be defined entirely by bank rules. I'll explain that as we go. All right, so let's click this Sage button to authenticate, and then it will reload. And the Sage button, you see it's got a green hue there. That means that we're authenticated. We can start a new session. Let's start for Sage and create session. And this is the account, ReconcileIQ. So it's pulling the chart of accounts, analysing the transactions that are on there, and reverse engineering patterns like bank rules, but it's basically all the nuanced possible patterns that there could possibly be. This helps with coding, so CodeIQ learns your bookkeeping style and codes accordingly. Here's the bank upload screen. So we've got a NatWest account. I'm just going to upload a NatWest bank statement here. This is a CSV. You can also upload PDFs if you like. And then a Santander account. So what it does is it takes the CSV and maps it for you. So you've got date, description, money in and money out and money in. But if it ever gets it wrong, you can just drag and drop these to make sure it's correct. There are no transactions in the cache. Now what we're also going to do is we're also going to upload some invoices. Let's say these invoices have been raised in the period and the transactions in these statements are actually payments of them. Therefore the invoices need to be on Sage, but there's a really neat trick here. We've got invoice OCR extraction. So here are the invoices here. Think of it like Dext if you've ever used Dext before. So I'm going to show you an example. This is a cloud serve invoice. Got the supplier name there, the invoice reference, the line item, subtotal, VAT, total due, it infers terms and conditions as well. So let's actually see how this works. So you just drag and drop, literally just drag and drop all your invoices into the bills, and then drag and drop all your sales invoices. Here's an example. Drag and drop them all into the sales invoices, and then click extract on both. Okay, so let's review them. Here's what it's extracted. Data secure, you see there. This is the preview. Data secure is the supplier name. It's got the total amount. It's categorized its general expenses. Got the invoice reference, invoice date, due date, VAT amount, net amount, VAT rate, and even a description that it infers from the line items. So let's confirm. Now, I've reviewed all these before because I've run this test before. I know that it's all correct, so I'm just going to confirm all of them. Now, for the purposes of a demo, might have been a wise idea not to upload 20 invoices that I then have to painstakingly confirm them all, but that's fine. It's done now. So you confirm them all. When you do this yourself, just give a quick brief check over the extracted information. Make sure that it's all right. If you disagree with anything, you can change it here. Okay. Confirm. So what we're doing is we're syncing the invoices up with Sage before we categorize all the transactions. That way, if there are invoices and invoice payments in the transactions, then we know to record them as such. So here they all are. And then we process, and we want to sync the invoices to Sage first. So let's start that sync, and whilst that's moving, I'll walk through a couple of things with CodeIQ. So this is your return on investment. If you spend 40 hours bookkeeping a month and your hourly rate is £50 a month, here are your savings. It's just maths. We have an AI chatbot that is really interactive. You can ask it, why was this transaction coded a certain way? It'll explain it to you. It can review your transactions. It can give a second pass of your transaction codings as well. It's really powerful, to give that a go. Common objection, this is what I've heard quite a lot with beta testers, but I already have bank rules set up. Okay, that's brilliant. Bank rules are amazing. They automate the job for you. However, you don't tend to create bank rules that cover every possible transaction that you could upload. Tend to have maybe 10 to 50 per client. CodeIQ reverse engineers hundreds to thousands of patterns you'd never create yourself by analyzing your entire GL history. So if you've got thousands of transactions on there, it will make thousands of patterns depending on how unique your transaction set is. It catches merchant variations, and it learns from every correction. So if it ever makes a mistake, you correct it in the interface and it'll never make that mistake again for that client. Yeah, another thing that I hear quite a lot is this will replace me. That really is the wrong mindset. Speaking about bank rules, they never replaced anyone. They only made us more efficient, able to get more work done as bookkeepers. CodeIQ is the same, but just taking it to the next level. If it ever makes mistakes, well, we have 95% reported accuracy across the beta testing team. However, there are confidence scores on every transaction. You'll see that in a second, and the system learns from your corrections. If you've got complex clients, we've got 8 to 11 processing phases, which I'll walk through in a second, which handle everything from transfers, invoice matching, VAT, and platform-specific fields for Xero and QuickBooks, for example, vendors and contacts, classes, tracking, etc. It's VAT compliant. We err on the side of caution with VAT for expenses. It will use your historical patterns. If you've ever kept a transaction before, it knows exactly how your VAT treatment is for that. But for the new and unique transactions, it will err on the side of caution for expenses and for sales. So erring on the side of caution for expenses means assigning exempt, zero-rated or non-VAT to the VAT code. And for sales, it will tend to err on the side of caution by applying VAT. But there's a VAT audit interface that we'll see in a second, which make it really easy for you to check this. There's no platform lock-in, guys. We post to QuickBooks, Xero, Sage, and Pandle. We're adding more all the time. The next one on the agenda is Free Agent. Yeah, so there are other automation softwares as well. You may have heard of them. You might not trust automation because you've actually used them, and they're not really that good. They're not really automation. CodeIQ is. So with traditional automation, it suggests the codes, but you post manually, so you've got to approve them all. There's review screens for every transaction. There's a single session at a time. You can't manage multiple clients, and the books are still incomplete. You have to finish reconciliation yourself. With CodeIQ, none of that's true. You can manage 10 sessions at the same time. You can review it if you like, but you don't have to. It doesn't force you to. And if you've used CodeIQ quite a lot with your client, then CodeIQ, it becomes so accurate that you don't really need to review anything. And how does it achieve the accuracy? Well, we'll see this when I post this now. The first phase, it identifies transfers between the two bank statements, equal and opposite amounts, near enough the same day, with some sort of semantic description which indicates it's a transfer. Then it'll know it's a transfer. And it's got invoice matching with the OCR that we've just seen. It reverse engineers your historical patterns to define the bookkeeping that it creates for you. Using your transaction history, it learns your style. The universal patterns cache, which we've already spoken about. During beta testing, we've been donated 16,773 crowdsourced patterns, and this improves the more people use it. We've got MCC category code databases. If you know what an MCC code is, this catches, expenses that you might not have seen before. we know how to code it based on the merchant category code. Then we've got semantic analysis as well. So all the transactions which aren't caught in the first 5 phases go to semantic analysis. We've got a local fine-tuned embeddings model, which identifies the semantic meaning via the description and then can ascertain what code is appropriate for it. And then what closes the loop is the user corrections. If it gets something wrong, you correct it in the interface. The next time you run that client, it remembers what you coded it as. And then it's got platform-specific processing for QuickBooks and Xero and stuff. And then it posts. Let's have a look at how it's getting on. So it's posted, or it's synced all 20 of those invoices. So let's continue to processing. There are 381 transactions and the 2 bank statements have uploaded at 4 credits per transaction. That's 1,524 credits. If you make an account today, you get 300,000 credits to mess around with until February 1st when we revert to a paid service. So more than enough. Let's process. So these are those phases that we just spoke about. It's matched all 20 invoices, found 8 transfers, 43 reverse engineered patterns have coded the current set of transactions were uploaded. See how powerful the universal cache is that caught 242. Okay, so that's done. That was really quick. That was 400-ish transactions and it took about 15 seconds. So you see how quick it is. It orders it in confidence. So the highest confidence transactions are up at the top and you see all these invoice matches here. So with the invoice matches, you've got the customer and the invoice reference here. It's got these transfers as well. And these are the rest of the transactions. So you can see here the transaction, how it's coded it, and the VAT code as well. All right, so that's the transactions view. We've got VAT audit view as well. You can see a VAT return preview. This is how the VAT return will look like if the VAT return only concerns these transactions. So it just gives you a brief idea, but you can also, let's filter for GB standard, 20%. See this OVO energy here for electricity. Well, let's say that's reduced rate. So we can put it to GB lower, apply to 12 similar, and then it'll change all the transactions. So now all those will appear in the lower rate, 5%. The accounts view just shows you all the accounts that we've coded during the session. So these are all the accounts that the transactions match with. And then transfers view, we see those 8 transfers here, 4, but between 2 accounts, it's 8. And then all the invoices, you see that they're all payment matched. That's why they're all highlighted green. So we've got the matches there. All right, so without messing around, we're just going to post to Sage. Let's approve and continue. Okay, and it's posting all the transactions. So while it's doing that, let's continue with a few more little tips about CodeIQ to give you a better idea of what it is. We've just seen the invoice OCR recognition. So you can literally just drag and drop all your invoices. It's like Dex, it extracts the information, posts it to Sage. Let's have a look at those actually. Yeah, you see these are all the invoices that we uploaded, the purchase invoices, and we've got the sales invoices as well. All right, so let's go back. Yeah, this fairly self-explanatory graphic, 1 bookkeeper versus 10 concurrent sessions. This is what CodeIQ enables you as a bookkeeper to be able to do. Rather than 1 session at a time, manual bookkeeping could take up to 15 hours. You can manage 10. You can do your entire week's worth of work and be finished in an afternoon if you're CodeIQ enabled. So well worth trying out. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it doesn't. Just make an account. Okay, so it's currently free for the entirety of January, along with ReconcileIQ and LedgerIQ. When we revert to a paid service, the tiers start at £14 per month. This would be perfect for freelancers and small businesses doing their own bookkeeping. There is a free tier still, so you'll still be able to use it for free, don't worry. If you're an accountant and you need, you've got more clients, there's a tier for you. If you're a practice, there's a tier for you, and if you're a very large practice as well, so we've got tiers for everyone. Automation in 3 steps, so you can upload the PDF bank statements as well. It will convert it for you because we've got a PDF conversion, or the CSV statements. And this is how we ensure that it's reconciled, because it's actually going off the bank statements themselves. All right. And then it processes it and then it posts it for you. So it's automation in 3 steps. Too good to be true? Well, you've just seen it in action. This is something that I've heard quite a lot, actually. People don't really believe it when I tell them what CodeIQ does, but it's free. Make an account, test it for yourself. We wouldn't do that unless we were really confident. So yeah. Be our guest. All right, so yeah, you click the link in the description, you're taken here, click get started or start automating, make your account, and then you're you're able to start your bookkeeping tasks. You authenticate with your platform, upload your statements, and we're done. So I'm going to pause the video here and come back when all this is posted, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so that's done. It's successfully posted all 377 transactions, tells you where to find them. Got it. And then once you're done, you can analyze the completed work with LedgerIQ. That's for another video. So just for now, we're going to see how we got on. So these are the balances before. Let's refresh. This is what it looks like now. So let's have a look at some of the transactions in the Santander bank account. So here they all are. Let's take an example, Tesco stores. It's coded to refreshments with no VAT. Brilliant. So let's have a look at the purchase invoices. Are they all marked as paid? Yes, brilliant. And the sales invoices. Awesome, brilliant. Okay, so that's your demonstration of CodeIQ. Really hope you like this one. Again, the team has been working so hard with this. It was supposed to launch last week, but obviously we want to make it perfect before it comes out. Make an account today, try it out. Maybe you'll like it, maybe it'll revolutionize your practice, who knows. If you've got any questions for me whatsoever, just let me know. The next couple of weeks I'm going to be posting quite a lot about CodeIQ, going into a little bit more in depth. There was a lot that I haven't shown you, a lot of really cool stuff. And my DMs on LinkedIn are open, so please just message me if you've got any questions at all. Thank you. I've been Jack, founder of ReconcileIQ and CodeIQ. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.